Good morning, folks. I'm doing 3 new videos today, so 2 on open source occult TV, and this one here on the regular old-fashioned channel. Now, I've been doing these dissertations every morning during this coronavirus COVID-19 thingy, and it's been a very good experience for me because it's allowed me to get a lot of stuff off my chest. And I know it's probably been good for you too, from your comments. It's good that we can talk about these things. Now, I just want to make a retraction. I mistakenly confused London Real with London Live yesterday. So that was a mistake on my behalf. I apologize for that. And but still, I don't, that London Real thing is still weird. I don't care. Anyway, the portrait. I'm really worried about David Icke. Anyway. Yes. Kind of goes well with today's talk. A refinement. Okay, refinement. So many people I know during this pause, this parentheses in reality that we've been given because of the social isolation and social distancing and all this kind of stuff of the last month now. And the Irish government said that they're going to lift the restrictions on May 5th. And other countries, Portugal, Denmark, and a couple of others, Italy, said that they would end the restrictions at the beginning of May. So it's looking like we got one more month of this beautiful tranquility, and then we're back to will never be normal again, but the semi-normal at the first week of May. So it looks like by the second week of May, we'll have a clearer picture of reality going forward. Those of us who are planning things and doing things can probably get back on track. Hopefully, I hope you didn't lose your job and things like that. If you did, well, hopefully you can retrain or get another one or something. But it's not your fault, remember that. Now, so many people during this gap in social distortion, to paraphrase the punk band, they're learning about themselves, but they're also learning about the people around them. And there will be no future. There's a new paradigm coming. It's going to be very different. The first things we've seen of that, I did a show last night with Craig and Fiona on Radiant Creators. It's the YouTube videos down there. And it was about the future. And Fiona Edgar said something very good. She said that the SJWs have all been wiped out, and there's astrological reasons for that too as well. And yeah, they're the first ones you've noticed, they're gone. And what remnants they are of them, have you noticed that they're the most extreme enforcers of things like stay at home and attacking people who are questioning it? This is the thing with SJWs, for all their belief that they were some kind of radicals, were the most conservative youth that's probably ever existed in history. Like atheists, all they really do believe in is the enforcement of the status quo. That's really all. That's all atheist debunkers, SJWs, all these rational types. All they believe in is conservatisms. They are the true conservatives. All they believe is reinforcement of the status quo. They're all gone now because they've nothing to complain about anymore. And because they were a product of decadence. That's why they were all wealthy and white, like socialists. And that's history now. And we're looking at people around us, and so many people have spoken to me, and they say, I don't like most of my friends anymore. I've seen their true colours during the lockdown, and they're assholes. People say about their families, lots of marriages will end. You're getting to see, because we use the chaos and the noise of society, a lot of us do, all of us probably do, in order to buffer out the harsh realities we don't want to accept. So if you're in a relationship and it's not really bringing you anything, it's very easy to drown it out with the the sensory load of civilizations, 21st century society. Well, they couldn't do that during the lockdown. And the same if you had family members or friends who you don't really relate to or anything, you're seeing them for what they are, and they're not going to be a part of your future. And then it's been other things too as well have turned out. I've had people I thought wouldn't be switched on to this, and were definitely switched on to the, should we say, the wider agenda of the hidden economic crash. So there was pleasant surprises too, for my case anyway. So a lot of you are going to have to, I will be making these decisions now, saying, I don't like the people I work with, I'm going to get another job. I don't like my friend, he bought totally into the propaganda, and he became a fucking Nazi, a Gestapo, a coronavirus Gestapo agent, reporting people. Oh, I don't like these people. They really were nasty. Oh, these people, I thought these people were together, but they were really creepy and weird. They were being turned on by the terror and the horrors of it all. They were glued to the TV, like it was, worshipping it. Like there's a video I just made on Open Source Occult TV, how the coronavirus is the most powerful chaos god in the universe right now. And but this is part of the veneration, the constant watching of the TV, the holy sacraments, the vestments, the mask, all that stuff. I'll go into detail over in the other video, the Church of Corona. And you have to make a refinement now. There's also going to be a lot more honesty in the future. So assholes who used to get away with being sneaky and stuff like that, they're all done for now. The new paradigm will be about who makes you feel comfortable. That's really what it comes down to. And not just knowing the extent of people in your own life. The people in alt media, like fuckers like me. You watch my videos, you watch other videos, you watch all this stuff, and you say to yourself, does that fucker or does that woman who I'm watching a video by make me feel comfortable right now? Are they enhancing my creativity or my outlook on life, or are they just trying to trap me into their little paradigm worldview to keep me as a consumer of their alt media angle? These are things you have to really start thinking about. Do I go to this club or take part in this event because I really, really do, or is it just habitual? Do I go to the same pub with the same friends all the time because I really like them and I really like doing it, or am I just following social obligation? Do I go to weddings that I'm invited to because I love being there, or do I absolutely fucking hate them and I put up a front for social? That will all end. It's all over now. This has been a huge break, and nothing will ever be the same in terms of that stuff ever again. We become more and more internal in how we think. We become like the hermit card, solitary, walking in the night, being guided by our own inner visions. And that's how it's going to be for, like, I mean, not for everyone, but for those of us who can see what's really going on here. This, as a virus, yes, it's very dangerous. It's very deadly to people who are sick, or who have who are geriatrics or very old Alzheimer's patients. But it has been used to play on everything from your psychology and your emotions and your sense of self in order to hide a failed economic crash. And Steve Bannon the other day was absolutely right. It's almost certainly to do with someone like Kissinger. And we know that beast. And if you haven't seen that video, Steve Bannon rips Henry Kissinger a new one clean right off. It's absolutely beautiful to watch. But see, this is why Bannon and Trump, they're not conservatives. They're not Republicans. They're not from the Nixon, Reagan, Bush, neocon lineage. They want they're in there. They're just using them. That's why Trump said years ago that the biggest idiots in the world were people who vote Republican. But he got rid of all them. The people who would never vote Republican actually voted for Trump, and that's part of the change. It's been going on. I've been cleaning out people out of my life now for about 2 years, and that's part of the. You owe nobody nothing to stay in your life unless they're actually enhancing your life. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. You didn't come here to be a martyr, to suffer someone else's idiosyncrasies or suffer someone else's dissociative personality disorders. Your thing was to come here to enrich your own creative existence. And these people are buffers to that, your dharma. And more people are realizing that now. They're figuring that out now. This pause, this respite in the distortion of noise in society has allowed these insights to unfold like the petals of a flower within inside each and every one of us who want that. And we're discovering what matters to us really, what really matters. And we all know that, you see, when you see that things like this, we're sort of like we're in a harmonious Bosch painting, like the Garden of Earthly Delights. You know, that painting of all the devils and being ripping people apart in hell. We're in that with Starbucks. You know, we're in that with donuts. That's what we are. We're in that with pizza, and this also makes people realize the sanctity of life, and that in terms of don't waste it. Now, after we had the great plagues in the past, you have to say the Black Death, and also and after the 1666 plagues, there was a tremendous restoration in society. The there was even the period after the plague of 1666 was even called the Restoration. But after the plagues in the Middle Ages, particularly the Black Death, the labourers were able to go around the countryside, and someone said to them, you're going to work in my fields. And they'd say, well, how much? And they'd say, this much. And they'd say, up yours, madam, and go to the next estate. And that's how it became. So there's going to be a lot of that kind of freedom again. And that the same thing that happened in the Middle Ages with peasants determining their economic worth to a greater degree is happening now with people determining their social and relationship worth to a greater degree. And they're taking stock, they're looking around, and they're subconsciously and consciously making a list of who is not going to be part of their reality tunnel as they surf the wave of the next paradigm when this all ends. This is important stuff. In fact, of all the videos I've made on this topic, this is the one you really need to think about. Who in your life, both in the macrocosm and the microcosm, is giving you value for existence, making you feel that that the world that you're living in is a sensual, rich, enjoyable experience of creativity and value, and who are the ones who are the dead weights dragging you down or trapping you in that. So you're going to see so much of these these bullshitters who preyed on your emotions through alt media and mainstream. They don't have a place anymore, because they're not giving you value for you to develop yourself. They're trapping you within their own worldview. They're not, they're not making. I would never say to someone, "Do what I do." I don't give a shit what you do. I don't give a fuck what you do. Once you behave, don't hurt me or damage me. Your life is you can. I don't, I don't like Christianity, but if you're a dyed in the world Presbyterian or devout Catholic, we'll get on fine. Just don't push it on me. Same if you're a Muslim or an Orthodox Jew or something. Don't put your religion on me, and we will be fine. Everything will be fine. And I couldn't give a shit what you do with your life or how you think about it. And that's your business, and it's nothing to do with me. And a lot of people don't like that. A lot of people want you emotionally invested in them so they can somehow reap and harvest from you. And those people, they're, look, all you women who are on these narc and psychopath and relationship recovery groups, are you getting anything from that, or are you just feeding and validating the pathological people who'd often run them groups? Are you really getting something from it? You're getting nothing from it. You're being trapped. Those of you who follow a football team because all your friends follow that football team, are you really enjoying down the pub getting shit-faced, looking at it, screaming at 11 millionaires while you're pissed out of your head? And then, does it really enhance your life? Question to ask. Do you care enough about these people in your life to care enough to keep them around? And then you say, oh, that's very selfish and childish. No, and immature. You can't live your life like that. Life is full of grey areas. Well, of course life is full of grey areas. Life is nothing but grey areas. Nothing but grey areas. But there are refinements to be made within this reality that make your experience better. And if you have to sacrifice others out of your life, you have to sacrifice others out of your life. That means walking away from a husband, a wife, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a social circle, and then getting on and finding a new social circle, a new boyfriend, a new girlfriend, or being happy on your own, whatever. This is the time. This is it. Those of you who say things like, "Well, you know, I've got everything, but I don't have like I don't have a good relationship with someone." That's because you don't have a good relationship with yourself. And the reason why you don't have a good relationship with yourself. Now, I'm not saying that everyone should seek some kind of idealism. That's not what this is about. There's no ideal. What I'm saying is that you should be looking at the kind of life that creates less stress upon you from exterior forces, i.e., assholes, muppets, that will allow you to get closer to fulfilling your potential of being the person you were meant to be. And that's the beautiful, beautiful gift that this experience has given us all. This is the beautiful gift we've been given. Am I on the right surfboard, surfing the right wave? Is it time to let the wave fall underneath me, fall off the board, and catch the next wave? And that's really what this is about. That's why from the start I said that this coronavirus COVID-19 thing was perhaps the most spiritual experience of my life, and it should be of yours too. And that's spiritual in the sense that it will enhance, refine, and attenuate your consciousness to the level where you can be the best. You might discover that the people you are with are actually fantastic and you underappreciate them. It goes both ways. And so that's what this is about, refinement. So if, you know, happy Easter if you're a Christian, and Hail Ostara if you're a pagan, and have a nice pleasant weekend under this beautiful spring equinox sunshine. And remember that now is the time to refine, not to judge, not to be cold, not to be heartless, but to say, are these people, is this situation, is this world that I'm currently part of helping me grow as the person I need myself to be, and who has to be removed for their benefit as well as yours.